All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Multi Churro, the hardest pronounced pop culture podcast on the planet. I'm your host, Brian, a.k.a. El Nino Clegane, and today I'm joined with...
Jesus.
I'm bringing the fire.
I wish I would have
ready?
thought of that.
Are you ready?
I just came up with some. My name is Jordan Brown, a.k.a. Doodoo Brown 3879, a.k.a. USDA Fresh Prime, a.k.a.
Did you have to look at that?
Apparently, I'm the hate train now.
Hate.
Hate.
I saw some shit I really hated recently, and I got to tell you about it.
We'll get into it.
It's your boy Jerry, a.k.a. Jadon Greyjoy. I'm the one with the penis.
No woman has cleared that, though. Yet.
Allegedly.
There might be a few out there.
Penis.
No woman has publicly said that.
Or pubically.
This is Matthew, and I am your official milk of the puppy.
Ooh. I don't.
Save a stock.
Save Ryan
some
Saba.
I'm
Captain
confused
Cleveland
here.
Browns, Cavs, Indians, OBJ in the house.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Guys, we're streaming on Twitter. Come follow us, Multi-Pop True.
Twitch, not Twitter.
Twitter, Twitch.
We're
all
not
the
streaming
tweets.
on Twitter.
All the TWs.
Especially-
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
Watch me and
come
Saba
check
get
us
some
out.
W's. Some George W's, as I like to call
Don't call him that.
On today's
They're fun
episode,
wins.
before we get into politics, we are going to be talking about probably the most anticipated series finale, honestly, in recent memory. I don't know about all time, but at least in recent memory, Game of Thrones.
Is that what you said?
I don't know. People are going this crazy over Cheers. Great show.
Cheers.
But Game of Thrones is on a whole nother level. So we're going to be talking about the show in general, how we got into it, some favorite episodes, who we think is going to be on the Iron Throne, who we think is alive but probably shouldn't be, and all kinds of fun facts. So we're going to kick this off with Mateo, who just got done recently binging the whole entire show for the first
The
time.
entire thing in a
Fresh in
weekend.
his goddamn mind.
In a week. I started on a Thursday and ended on a Tuesday morning.
You're like the kid fresh out of college.
You're a bastard.
Bastard. Bastard. Bastard. Bastard. Bastard. Bastard. Bastard.
Bastards.
Bastard. Bastard. Bastard.
Busted.
Bastard.
Everyone else is a bastard. and why
Everyone
not?
else is a bastard. They say,
That was the first thing I text you guys was like, okay, this is my first episode.
they
and-
say bastard.
And the little guy
lot.
just called the badass a bastard like 7 times to his face.
He's like, yeah,
The little guy.
Yes, I
That's
am
the
a
best way to put it. I think that's the nicest thing Tyrion's ever been called.
And I instantly fell in love. No. I really didn't. It took me to like a season 4, actually.
Which you got to in like 3 hours.
Kind of impossible, but
Yes.
yes, you exaggerate.
Yes.
But yes,
2 TVs.
I got there. So I thought the Red Wedding was going to be more than what it was.
Oh, it wasn't enough for you?
Jesus.
It wasn't because because
fucking
everybody's
monster
like,
are you?
all I hear about is Game of Thrones and the Red Wedding, and oh my god, blah, 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 blah.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Just like that.
Okay.
Who is that person?
All the peoples.
Bob
They
Goldwyn.
murdered the King of the North wife, mother, and child at the same time.
Yeah, she got shanked in the belly. That
Yeah.
was pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Prison shankings.
she
aren't
got-
even
That was a
hardcore.
prison.
She got
That was
shanked.
a prison shank.
They got theirs though.
Yeah, but it's not like my thing is like I don't want to see it coming, and
Well, so everyone spoiled it for you.
yes.
We spoiled it for
Well,
you.
they said
Like
wedding,
the
wedding,
rest of the
wedding.
world that had watched Game of Thrones before me
Right.
fucked it up for me.
How dare everyone else?
But season 4, even though I've seen and heard clips of this, like when Joffrey dies,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, that's dope!" Because I hated that kid.
Everybody wants that
and
little
then,
fucker to die.
and Sansa split and Tyrion split, and then the whole thing was like, "Oh, Tyrion killed my baby." And like,
Yeah.
it's like it's your baby, but it's also your brother's baby.
Incest.
So yeah,
A lot of themes in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot
of
going
plots.
on, a lot going on, and it all comes for full circles. It is
Hopefully.
a game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yep.
You see, and I don't know. I was like I said, I was maybe season 2, season 3, and I'm like, I just don't get it, guys. Like,
This is true.
I can keep up.
What's
but,
the allure here?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's all right. And then the fucking kid dies, and I'm like, yeah. Sorry, that sounded awful.
It's a payoff that
But he turned blue. Like it was great.
you've wanted it to happen.
Yeah, he
the
was
whole
such
time.
a
He
shit,
was
man.
such a
The
little
first
shit.
episode, that was the second thing I said to you. It was like,
Yeah.
Joffrey, a bitch.
Yep. I have that text. I have proof of
The
it.
two best things that happened to him were him getting slapped in the face by Tyrion
Oh,
twice
God,
in a row,
yes.
and then him dying, of course.
Well, the wolf bit him too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then didn't they kill the wolf?
They
Yeah.
No,
killed the
they.
wolf.
So
No.
Chimeria bit him, and then they murdered Sansa's wolf instead.
Right, but they,
Yep.
but
What was Sansa's
Lady.
wolf's
It
name?
was
Lady.
Lady.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he made the prostitutes beat each other up, and like he was just
a little bit
he
more
was
than
a
beat each
terrible
other
fucker.
up.
I mean,
He
who
was
hasn't
just a-
hasn't
Yeah.
done that?
bad.
And,
well,
yeah, and apparently in the books
Patrick
too, like
Bateman.
he mutilated.
Fucking Calvin Candy. Come on.
We can go down the line.
Yeah, but he was 12, right?
He was well on his way. For sure.
Yeah, imagine if he lived, what he would have done. The things. Yeah,
So now you've watched it.
I watched it. I'm in it. I'm all the way caught up, and I get it. I grew fond of certain characters. I really like the Hound.
same.
Yeah.
He's
for
my
what-
one shining light.
For what he's worth, like you can tell there's something in him. The Hound.
that one.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
talking about the Hound.
The Hound. Marker.
He's a good dude. He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But I think that he also has a good heart somewhere.
He does.
Somewhere.
I mean,
in
he
there.
enjoys
I don't think
killing.
he
but he's got a
always
good heart.
did.
he
became soft.
He became the Hound because of his brother.
His relationship with Arya softened him.
Well, I think that he just has really good. Like he has.
But he saved Sansa
He,
too.
right.
Before
He
that.
has.
Right.
He has ideals
But
that you can't fuck with,
when-
like women
when-
and shit like that. But he will slice a motherfucker in
When-
half
half.
vertically.
When- He's got
Brienne
some
of
morals.
Tarth,
Yeah.
When Brienne of Tarth spared him, because she could have murdered him. When she spared him, he there was
wanted to die.
There was an evolution of that character.
Like when he went to the that little weird place where they're
Oh, the little village where they were
the
building
little
the
village
church.
and they built the church and shit. And then he axe murdered
Who
everyone.
was that? Who was the leader of that
The
cult?
dude from Deadwood.
Ian McShane.
Ian
Yeah.
McShane.
Yeah.
American Gods.
American
He popped
Gods.
up.
American
He
Gods.
popped up for that one episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought he would have lived longer.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
we-
Game of Thrones.
John
great
fucking,
actor, though.
John fucking
Yeah.
Wick.
Yes.
John
Another
fucking Wick.
another story. Another story.
What's the third one called again?
Paramecium. Parabellum. Parabellum. Which we learned is a part of a gun.
Yes,
Yes. Automatic.
And not a part of the
semi-automatic
brain.
rifle.
It's not part of the brain.
It would be first thing he said.
Cerebellum.
Abdullah Oblongata. Saba, what's your take on the show?
Damn, I wasn't finished, yo. I'm kidding.
Let him go. Let him go.
Nah, fuck it.
It's okay. It's good. I'll say that similar to Mateo, not as extreme. I got on late, so I started after the second season had completed. And I actually had to watch the first episode 3 times before I got to the third times when I watched the second episode, and then everything was good from that point on. I still, to be honest with you, go back and watch the first fucking episode. The first 5 minutes of the first episode still makes no fucking sense to me when they're out in the snow or whatever, and whatever happened.
It's all set up.
Yeah, but it's like there's no like background.
But they refer to it
What do you mean?
real late in the like 6th season or something
Yeah.
like
Who's
that.
Elvis
When he
now?
chopped the guy's head off and
watch the first season. Watch the first episode again. There's people who aren't characters in the show ever again,
Right.
that are
The
like
dudes from
running
Night-
around.
the guys from Night's Watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have to go back and
Yeah,
watch
no,
it.
I
Regardless,
They just
so
turn-
Turnover is very high.
So I watched
the
I
Night's
watched the
Watch.
first episode 3 times before and then I've been in it ever since. I mean, I think the uniqueness of the show from the standpoint that they killed off the main character in season 1 when they chopped Ned Stark's head off. I was just like, what in the fuck is this? There has never been a show that I've ever watched where there's been more times when an episode was over and I've looked at Courtney or somebody else and been like, I'm never watching this. I'm done. I'm
Right.
done. I'm never
done.
watching this show. Like it creates such emotion, such feelings in both sides. Like
So you did that, is what you're saying?
there's been many times where I've said like I don't ever want to watch this show again. A lot of the rape shit with Sansa, the Red Wedding, when I thought Jon Snow was dead.
That
he was dead.
Couldn't
he
take
was
it.
he was 100%
when I
dead.
thought when I thought Jon Snow was not coming back.
There you go. That was kind of a very low point for me.
there's
Didn't they
just-
end the
yeah.
season that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the traitor thing.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
There's just been a
Bastard.
lot
Fucking
of
Ollie. That
It was.
little
I mean,
shit.
I guess that was cool and all, but it's just like Endgame with like we know they're fucking coming back.
Yeah.
We know he's coming back.
I didn't know that though.
We
I'll be
didn't.
honest
We
with
didn't
you.
know he was coming back.
Get the fuck out of here!
I
I
You
knew
knew
he was coming back.
because it had already happened, and everybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fucking Jon
Touche.
Snow. oh my
As
God.
soon as the first season or the first episode of the next season, the following season after he died, as soon as they slapped him on the table, I was like, why would they still keep his body around if he's not gonna fucking come back?
And
in
not
some
burn him?
fucking
I
way?
understand.
They could turn him into Doomsday.
The point is, the point
Go ahead,
is,
I'm sorry.
It was the finale of what, season 3?
I think so.
Season
Of him
3?
dying?
Yeah.
No.
No, that
No,
was
no, no.
Wait,
So
season
Red
4.
Wedding was season
Yeah,
3.
five.
That was
three.
season 3.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways.
I was
What
just
season
like,
are we
I'm
on now?
fucking done watching. But at the same time, like you become like murderous. Like you wish for people to die.
Oh,
Like,
straight up
you
in the
hate
worst
people.
way.
And they also they do a really good job of humanizing even the worst people, and you guys may disagree with me, but
Hence
like
the Hound.
when they made Cersei walk through the streets naked with the whole shame thing, like
You feel bad
you
for her.
felt bad for her.
Not 1 second.
Not
did I
really.
feel bad.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't.
I know.
No.
I know. But like, her fucking kids are all dead. Like that bitch has been through it, man, and she's still a piece of shit.
But you reap what you sow, big time. In
But
this
yeah,
show.
I don't know.
do not sow.
Saba's point is they did a great job in
True.
like,
No.
humanizing a piece of shit.
I agree. I agree. I could see how people would feel bad for her. My half black ass just didn't.
Think about this. Think about this piece of it, though. How many people do
Right
you
on, brother.
think, like, give the character? What is Lyanna Cersei's character? Leon, whatever her name is in real life.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like,
What you're
how
saying.
many-
Headley.
Yeah.
Lena would give her dirty looks in the streets. Like I've read articles like
I'd
the
give her a
kid that
nasty
plays Draco Malfoy, and then like the kid that played Joffrey. Like people like walk up to him in the street and they're like, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
you fucking piece of
They
shit."
want to spit in his face.
Right?
Yeah,
so
I
I think that's
I think
the
I would do
mark.
that, yeah.
That's the mark of a good show. Of
Where
of,
can
of,
he
of
go?
a well-written
It's great acting,
character. That you genuinely have disdain for him, and then there's characters you love. So, that's my just overall take on the show. I mean, it's just been a journey. We've all been through it in different ways, shapes, or forms. But I'm ready for it to end, I think. But I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not excited about the spinoffs. I think it's going to take some time for me to sort of decompress and kind of let this thing go. I'll probably be late on the spinoffs.
What's the spin-off?
There's already 3 in the
3,
works.
But think about
Kate Blanchett or wait, no,
No, Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts. One of those.
Yeah, they're
British-
doing it thousands. of
Think
years
about the other
before,
fucking
though.
spin-offs that have happened with other shows. Like
Yes.
like Better Call Saul or the Fear the Walking Dead bullshit. Like
Better Call Saul is very, very
Yeah.
good.
I
one is
haven't
good.
watched it, but I don't care because
There's people that like Fear the Walking Dead. better
Fear
than
is
the
actually
Fear the
original.
Walking Dead
overtaken
is
the
good.
regular Walking
But for those 2 examples, there's a lot of really fucking bad spinoffs.
Joey.
yeah.
Joey,
From Friends.
Chachi in charge.
There's an example.
There's a good
Anyway,
example.
Leave
what?
us.
Mork and Mindy's a decent spin-off at least. And that was in Happy Days, right? Yeah.
For all our fans that were alive in the fucking 70s.
You never know. You never know.
We appreciate
That's
you.
my take.
Morgan and Mindy's still funny. Fuck you.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. It's good though. It's one of the rare occurrences where the spin-offs are great.
And not for nothing, I appreciate Cersei as like a overlord. Like
Of course you
she's
do.
on some 48 laws of power
She
shit.
did
and
what
she's-
was necessary
Yeah, and I get
to
that.
accomplish
Yes.
basically what their
She's
father
still a cunt.
instilled in them.
Yeah.
But
She is her father's daughter, and
Yes.
look, we're not talking about.
it's called Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She's after the throne.
This isn't our hypersensitive United States of America where people get upset because Tom Izzo yells at his player on national TV. That happened 2 days ago. Everybody's outraged. Like, this is a world without social media where people fucking
Send a
murder
raven.
people for fun. So, it's different. But,
There's dragons and shit.
You appreciate it all.
There's dragons and shit. And giants.
Giants, yeah.
And shapeshifters.
And zombies.
Shapeshifters
Faceless men.
and fucking.
A man has no face.
So I got into the show a little late myself. AJ, this is when I was living with my buddy AJ at the time. He was all into it from season 1. And
Were you the one taking the naked pictures of him?
No.
Wait, what?
He posts like naked pictures of himself.
Oh,
on
AJ.
social
Oh,
media.
that
Yeah,
AJ.
AJ.
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, where he's in the grocery store.
Oh,
It's-
AJ.
His little booty on the side of Stumblestilskins.
You weren't the photographer on
Nah,
that?
bro.
Oh, sorry.
We weren't. We're good.
Is he
friends.
the one with the
Not that
lizard?
good of
He was
friends.
the prepper.
I would not do that for any of you fuckers. So let's just
he
throw
was
that
the
out there.
Yes, the
dabber.
fuck you would.
He was putting the cover up on his butt
Everybody
cheeks
has a
before
price.
this.
More of a
light guy.
fluffer.
Sorry.
He's the one who ate it.
Sorry,
You're
bud.
You're good. So AJ was all into it, and I distinctly remember him saying, he was like, you need to watch this. And I remember saying, I'm not into this Dungeons and Dragons bullshit.
Yep.
Verbatim.
Yep.
And I think it was right after season
Nerd
3.
hater.
I was like, you know what?
It's offensive.
I'll give it. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't
You're
my
not
cup
wrong.
of tea.
Jeez,
dude.
Wasn't my cup of tea. So I ended up watching it. And, season 1, it took a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I mean, once they chopped Ned's head off, I was like, all right, they're not fucking around on this show. To me, the acting throughout is some of the best I've seen in television. It's rare when you watch a show and there's not one or two characters that you just hate because their acting is terrible. Like whoever the casting director is for Game of Thrones, I thought did a fantastic job because it's not like they brought in a lot of huge names. Like Sean Bean, he's a pretty big name, but he's not an A-lister by any means. He's a great actor.
I'd say Sean Bean was an A-lister.
He's 006.
He was in Goldeneye.
Sorry.
I can't fucking win.
I
to
mean,
that.
I'll give you that.
He does
So,
die in everything.
He dies
He
in
dies in
everything.
everything.
He's good at
This is
dying.
true.
He is in-
but he's a good actor. I'm not saying
He does
he's a
the
terrible
voiceover
actor.
in one of all of our favorite video games. So
That's true.
Blade?
That's true.
No.
But I mean, they weren't bringing in, and it's HBO too, so obviously not a lot of big stars. But Lena Headey, she was in the Terminator Chronicles. She was great in that.
300.
She was
So
in 300 and fantastic.
She was in
that.
300.
And
She was
Peter
great in
Dinklage
that.
had a couple roles. One of them being in Elf.
Elf.
So
You're a
Boulevard.
giant in this.
Call
You're a
me
giant in
Elf.
this town.
Yeah,
Pete.
and in Entourage.
Go fuck yourself, Ari.
He was
So
Boulevard
I mean, the fact
Trask.
that they have this cast, and I mean, a lot of them are young. So we're talking about the Stark family as well, and doing what they did. I mean, besides that, all fans of The Wire knew who Peter Baelish was. He was councilman,
Carcetti.
mayor
Carcetti,
Tommy
yeah,
Carcetti.
Yeah.
So just the fact that
so glad
watching
Such a
it,
great politician.
yeah, and it just took a little bit for me to get into it. But honestly, what did it for me, season 1, for me, just like we kind of talked about a little bit, when you can hate an actor for who he is, like Jack Gleason's role as Joffrey, they're doing a great job. It reminded me a lot of Joaquin Phoenix when he played Commodus in Gladiator. Like I fucking hated him. Joaquin.
Yes.
I always fucking
Ja Queen, Ya Queen.
Yeah,
got your first one out.
Tomato. Exactly.
River's little brother.
Exactly. So,
It was a biopic.
but yeah. We're not doing that.
Wait, isn't it a biopic?
But it was when they brought in Charles Dance, who we all know as Tywin Lannister.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
He's the
He's
best
a force,
actor.
and that's the
fucking
thing. He is a damn force. I mean, especially just the way he's like, "You're a Lannister," and he says that a lot throughout the first 4 seasons of the show. He's just fantastic. In his first scene alone, he's actually carving a stag. Like that's not a fake prop. They brought in a dead deer, stag or whatever, and he's carving the damn thing as he's talking to Jaime Lannister.
It's very method.
Jesus.
yeah, obviously.
He better have eaten it.
Yeah, don't let that
That
shit go to
was
waste.
one of my favorite scenes, actually, was when Joffrey was talking shit to him, and the whole table just looked like.
Bitch.
Well, I love it when
do
he
you know
when
who
he
he's
says
talking to?
anyone that
Like-
has to say they're the king, obviously they're not a king.
They're not the king,
I
yeah.
was like, damn, you don't give a fuck anymore.
No, that's Daddy Lannister.
Exactly.
Oh, Diddy.
Papa Lannister don't fuck around.
And I mean, Charles Dance is known for
Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero.
God,
and
he
the
was
Golden
shit.
Child. Nice.
With the
High
fake
five.
fake eye. I
fake
was
eye.
With
just
the fake
sitting
eye.
here in
He
my
had,
head.
he had the smiley face eye.
Yep.
Yes.
That and the Golden Child.
I
That's all
thought
I
that
really know
as
him
soon
from.
when he
Holy
first showed
fuck.
his shining, beautiful face on that screen, I was just
said
like,
Last
I was
Action
like,
Hero?
you got 2 eyes in this, boy.
So that and the performance of, and I still miss him to this day, Robert Baratheon. I missed the shit out of that.
He was
dude.
really good.
Rob was
He
great.
was good. He was
Rob
good.
great.
Mark Addy's his name. To his credit, he was in the Full Monty and he was in Fred Flintstone and Viva Rock Vegas. So
Get
again,
the fuck out of here.
yeah, that
He
was.
seems
that was
at
pretty
home
much
at
it.
like.
Well,
like
have you?
eating,
Who was
like,
he in
turkey
Fred
legs and
Flintstone?
shit.
He was Fred Flintstone.
He was Fred Flintstone.
No,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
yes,
he
he
was.
is.
He looks more Barney Rubble.
No, he was Fred.
What about? Have you guys seen the show he's done where he protects the?
The innocent.
It's like shit. Never mind. He has another show on Netflix now, and it's pretty fucking badass.
You talking about Mark Eddy? You talking about the guy that plays Rob Stark?
This guy that
Mark
played-
Eddy.
Because
Is
Rob
that
Stark has
Robert
the show
Baratheon.
Bodyguard.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
not
why would
Stark.
you?
They're different people.
Nuh-uh.
Rob Stark and Robert Baratheon. Robert Baratheon was the king.
Wait, both of them are in
Rob,
this one show.
Rob Stark was.
They have the first.
John-
Both of them have the first.
Baratheon was the big
Robert-
beard. He had the big beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the king.
He was
Cersei's
Cersei's
husband.
I knew where you were going.
You know,
that show Bodyguard.
no one's
is
father-
I haven't eaten.
outstanding.
I'm really hungry. Thank you.
You do have a big Chipotle.
I would have
I know, but I
a
can't
beer
eat
with
it
that
because
guy.
it'll be like.
just do it.
But yeah, I mean, I thought his performance was
This is
great.
like a
This
Snickers
guy, he was
commercial.
king, but you could tell he didn't give a shit about
Yeah.
being king.
Yeah, I'd have a
Better?
beer with him.
Yeah.
Better.
So, I thought him
He just
and
wanted
Ned
to-
Stark's relationship was fantastic.
It was
their
like
friendship.
they were just like college bros.
Exactly. Exactly.
wanted to get-
And one of them
conquered.
became
He
the
just-
CEO of this company.
Yeah,
he didn't
he
want
just
to be
wanted to
CEO
get
of.
fucked up and fuck bitches, and then
Yep.
he was like, "Hey, Ned, can you kind of run this shit for me?"
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And that's exactly what he
happened.
wanted. Ned, run this shit so I could just drink, hunt, and then have sex.
He scared the shit out of everybody. They came in and he just looks at Ned and he's like, "You're fat."
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What?
So yeah, I've been hooked ever since. And just like Matthew, I think season 4 is what did it for me. Where I was like, yeah, it took the whole show to a whole nother level. Between obviously Joffrey dying, them bringing in the guys from Dorne, Oberyn.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Gone too soon.
Yes.
When he got his fucking
Face
face
shattered,
skull.
crushed.
Oh, by the mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the mountain, and then
Yeah, I
Todd
actually
and
watched
Brienne.
that scene immediately over.
Good.
Oh, you have
Watched it
to.
again. Yeah.
So before we get to Jordan Brown, we're going to give a big shout out to our brand new sponsor, Zibster, Zibster. They just redid our website. It is fantastic looking.
Love
Great
you guys.
websites at great prices right here in Greensboro. Support local. Check them out. www.zibster.com.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
All right. So,
Show me
so
clowns.
I love.
Show me dragons.
Show me potato salad. All right, so I really love this show. Obviously, like we all do, but it didn't get the fuck out of here, you
Obviously.
jackass.
Did you watch it from the beginning? Like, no, when
Like
you
when it
first started?
No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't start till way after the red wedding. The
Wet wedding.
It was wet, too.
I missed that episode. Does that cut out?
It's a little wet. It was a little wet. Hey man. Wet. Yeah, no.
Continues.
Perfect.
I forget when exactly I started watching. Like, I'm gonna say religiously. I just mean like every Sunday or Saturday, or whenever the
got
fuck
you,
it came
though.
on. It got me, yeah, man. I had to watch probably the first 3 seasons, probably 3 or 4 times each, because I would always fucking fall asleep on them.
Yeah.
I would. I don't know what the hell what my problem was, but I would just always fall asleep.
It's your
And I'd
schedule.
always, maybe, yeah. And I'd always have to, like, I swear to God, I was up to, not this season coming out, not the last one, but the one before that. I was up to that season. What is that, 5,
I don't know
6?
what you just said.
Oh, God.
There's no
What
wrong
sea-
answer.
What
here.
season are, yeah, except y'all.
We're coming
fucking
up on season 8.
Okay, so season 6 then. I was up to season 6 without seeing the Red Wedding. And I was caught up.
in the
Because I was
third
like, everyone kept saying, "Oh, the Red Wedding was terrible. Oh my God, it was awful." And I was like, I mean, I probably was. I mean, like, I think I saw it. But then, like, one day I was talking to someone about it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't think I fucking saw the Red Wedding. So I YouTubed it, and I was like,
The Jordan
I
gasp.
was like,
Famous in movie theaters around the
cars
region.
cars stopped in the middle of the road and like, are you okay? And I was like, have you seen this? And they were like, oh my God, is that the Red Wedding? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Your first red wedding.
Oh, so yeah.
It gets better.
I love the way, I just love how hardcore this show is, or at least how hardcore it used to be. And I say that because, like, we don't really see too many, well, I mean, there's not too many canon characters left, but, like, back in the beginning, dropping like flies. Like, I didn't know who the fuck was going to die. I was like, I kind of hope this good guy dies. Because I like seeing the bad guys win. I want to show where the fucking bad guys win.
Right.
Like, I don't want Cersei to win, but I do want Jaime to kill Cersei.
That ain't gonna
That's
happen.
not going to happen.
I think to me that's
Okay.
too
We'll get into
predictable.
predictions.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Anyways,
might have
anyways.
to. You know, it might
like
have
my favorite character is the Hound. 100% behind him. I would be, and
AKA dog down.
gross. Oh man, I can't wait for that show off or the showdown between the brothers and
the Hound and the Mountain, baby.
yeah. And like I was saying, man, I really thought I was gonna stop watching the show when Jon Snow was resurrected because I was just like, well, what
This is stupid.
what is fucking sacred?
This is just
anymore?
fantasy
Like
now.
like I get it. Everyone,
What is sacred?
I'm just like I get it. Like everyone was in love with Jon Snow. The fans, everyone's like,
Right,
"Oh, Jon
right.
Snow, oh, sploosh," you know what I mean? But like, I don't like
Is that
that.
ejaculate?
I know what you
mean.
That
Was
was
that ejaculate?
is that not the noise y'all make?
Completely appropriate.
Every time.
Is that not okay? Good.
No wonder I get weird
Mine
looks in the
sounds
bedroom.
like fireworks.
You ate too many Pop Rocks as a kid, buddy, and probably the wrong way.
Let's bring it back on the track.
All right. What was I talking about?
Pop rocks.
Splooshing.
The Hound.
Explosion.
The Hound. Yeah,
Sex
I mean,
with the Hound.
Sex with a hound.
I
sex.
like the show. It's cool.
I like-
Go ahead, Jerry, so I can tear it apart.
Yes. Well, I mean, what drew me
Do you
in-
mean?
Oh, you too.
I love it.
What drew me in was all you assholes wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I swore
Likewise.
this show off. I didn't have HBO for months and years and years and months, and I heard all this hype, and I don't like a lot of hype, but I found a golden opportunity. I used the free trial period right when season 7 ended so that I could watch everything up until that point for free, basically, and I was very impressed. I mean, I like adventure, I like intrigue, I like dragons like burning motherfuckers alive, and, like
Khaleesi's tits.
eating dudes, and well, I was gonna say Dornish titties.
That's funny. Not one person has mentioned nudity this whole time.
Oh my god,
Not one person
well,
has
here's
mentioned
Jerry.
Khaleesi until just now.
they really did a number on me. You know, like they gave me everything I wanted. You know, I don't even know I wanted it. But no, nothing beats Braun, my man Braun, in the fucking jail cell, and then the
yeah.
Dornish chicks just like flashing their titties at him.
Not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
I've seen quite a few women in all the 7 kingdoms.
Name one more beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
We know what episode
bad.
we're all watching tonight.
I've seen better.
Bronze is shit.
But no, it's fantasy and like dragons and wizards and all, you know, like it gives you what you want. I don't know about wizards.
I mean,
Somebody-
the red,
Gandalf
Mel-
the
red
Grey.
Melisandre.
Hey,
Melisandre.
yeah.
hey,
the Red Witch.
Well, yeah, and somebody had to make that wildflower shit. I mean,
Yeah, that's
come on.
true.
Oh, that's just science.
Well, that's science is just magic that you haven't figured out yet,
I thought you were my science
or
guy.
to something. Yes.
As B
something of
Hearn
that
would say, this D&D bullshit.
No. But no, it's wonderful, and I can't wait to get into it further.
Nice. All right, we're going to take a quick little commercial break, and we'll be right back.
There's a proverb that says, where beer is brewed, all is well. And where beer is drunk, life is good. Four Saints Brewing Company meets both those standards. Enjoy great beer for great people in a comfortable and relaxing family-friendly environment. Life is good at Four Saints with weekly events, including trivia, a run club, and live music with no cover. There's more info at foursaintsbrewing.com. Then visit Four Saints Brewing Company right here in downtown Asheboro. We look forward to pouring you a pint of great beer for great people soon.
Let me give you some advice, bastard. Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
All right, and we are back. So now we're going to go over predictions on who is going to sit on the Iron Throne at the end of the season. And we're going to start it off with Doo-Doo Brown. Sir Doo-Doo Brown.
Thank you. I didn't know it was
The doo-doo night.
Well, there's a fucking onion night, so why not? I have 2 predictions. Can I do that? Can I do 2?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna fuck them.
I even have a wild card in mind.
I'm gonna throw them out there, and I'm not gonna give any explanation. I think
What's new?
that thing I just said.
Brand new.
Ha! Good band. Terrible band, actually. But I think that Samwise Gamgee is
Mr. Frodo.
He is a dear, dear friend.
I meant I think Sam's gonna sit on the Iron Throne. I think that would be really
Sam Tarly?
Yeah.
Tarly.
Wow.
What?
I don't know, man. I would just like to see it. They'd have to make it a little bit bigger, but you know,
Hey, take it easy on the. Take it easy on the healthy
big throne.
we're talking about Game of Thrones here, and you said that's not nice to call him a little pudgy.
He's got a great personality.
So is that your only prediction?
No.
Equally hairy
Number-
feet.
Number 2.
All right, so my second prediction is Jaime Lannister. I think Jaime Lannister is going to sit on the Iron Throne.
Wow.
I would really, really,
Kingslayer.
like that. I think he's going to kill the fucking queen, and I think he's going to be the king.
Well,
Bold move, Cotton.
I'm glad. That makes me happy.
Jerry, who you got?
Man, there's only one choice here. Cersei Lannister.
Wow.
You think she's gonna fucking live it out?
She's going to
I
retain
think
the
so.
title.
She's smart. She's ruthless.
and still.
She's cunning. She's mean. She's crazy as fuck. She's got reinforcements coming in, right?
Oh, yeah, the Golden Army.
She's got a zombie bodyguard. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, the mountain.
She's over Brother D.
She's over her brother's dick, is what
Is she though?
Thank you,
Is
Jordan,
she?
for clarifying.
No,
Anytime,
no.
anytime.
All seriousness,
You think she's over it?
yeah, I think
She's still sending you
I know.
up texts.
I know. She ain't over it.
Shit.
You still up? No. For all seriousness, she's got a real like Mad Queen, like Joker vibe going on right now.
Okay.
And I think like if it came down to it, she doesn't matter. Like she doesn't care that she's gonna win or no one's gonna win. Is my point.
Okay.
It's like she's
Okay.
willing to burn the
That's her
fucking
mentality.
place. She's
Yeah.
she's willing to burn the place down.
Oh, yeah.
So.
As she did the church.
Yep. Oh my God, that was
That's
so
so
awesome. That was so awesome.
Blow it up.
Way to blow up the religious fanatics. Love it.
That was
Pretty
awesome.
dope.
Sorry.
So,
With the
who you
green
got going
stuff.
on?
I kind of don't have a prediction because I don't want it to be predictable. Anything I say was
That's
like
so predictable.
if I say Jon Snow or fucking Khaleesi.
So if you
or
don't
like-
want it to be,
but I do like Cersei. If she won, I think that would be cool. And Gendry somehow, if he got the throne, because isn't
Gendry?
he
Gendry?
Yeah.
Gendry? Yeah,
Because
Gendry.
he is technically.
What is he?
He's the last
He's
Robert
the last
Baratheon.
Baratheon.
Last Baratheon.
He's really the last
He's a
one.
bastard.
Yeah.
he's a bastard.
He's a
You have to say it
bastard.
with more like, ugh.
Bastard. Conviction.
I don't think Tyrion will
bastard.
make it, but I would love to see that too.
on the throne.
Yes, because he's a mighty ruler as well.
He'll
He's so smart, kind
He'll
ruler,
end up
too.
being the hand.
He is the hand.
He's already been
hand.
the hand a
Yeah,
couple times.
but he will be when it's all said and done.
Just a very tiny hand. The baby's hand.
terrible.
Say who you got.
I think when anybody who watches this show, one of the things that they kind of expect is the unexpected to happen. I think the way that they are going to play this last season out is they are going to do the exact opposite of what they've always done.
Sure.
And I think exactly what you expect to happen will. I think that all business will be settled. We were talking about it earlier today. I think that Jaime Lannister is going to kill the Night King because he is the Kingslayer. I think that Tyrion is going to end up killing Cersei. I think that Theon Greyjoy is going to end up avenging his sister and killing Euron Greyjoy. I think all the things that you
want to happen?
No. I think that's
are supposed to happen.
Are supposed to happen
in like a
will.
good, in like a good. The good guy wins,
and Jon Snow will be.
Yeah, see, I don't want that.
I don't. That's the least thing I want.
He's the king.
So this is very similar to like a Sons of Anarchy ending, where like Jack's all debts are paid off, and then he did his. Thing at the end.
That's the way in my mind that it's supposed to play out.
Okay,
those are my predictions.
Gotcha. And I think that would be corny. To have such a build up from episode 1, Red Wedding.
You got to throw in something.
All that
now
shit.
I will say
go
this:
from there to that. And
my dark horse is Sansa. She's a fucking survivor.
I don't think that's much of a dark horse. though.
But I think she's kind of the one that if they all, because like Arya, you could see Arya dying, Jon Snow dying,
We've seen that happen.
all of them, and then Sansa kind of being the one that's left in the end. I think
like
she's
we
my
need
dark
a
horse.
royal kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Who's got her?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
not me.
not me.
Mine. I went with 2 as well possibilities. So I'm gonna go with Brienne of Tarth. This bitch.
No,
and back.
What?
She's gone through hell and back,
Brienne
man. And
of
I think
fucking Tarth.
she's got Oathkeeper. She's all about just doing the right thing.
Sitting on the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Is your actual prediction.
She is your type, though, so I can see why you would pick her.
I do like strong women. What can I say? So she's one of them. So she's prediction number 1. My other
Quite
prediction.
a noble.
My other prediction is the Onion Knight, Davos Seaworth. So that's those are my 2. And then my wild card, I got to go with Tormund Giantsbane because I think it would be great for a wildling to rule the 7 Kingdoms.
He ain't gonna make
I don't think he
I know.
ain't gonna make it.
That's
I'm
like I
telling
said.
you
That's
that
my
right
wild
now.
card. So that's my dark horse pick. So those are my
What was
change
the
mine.
second one you
He's gonna
said?
die dreaming of Brienne
The
of
Onion
Tarth.
Knight, Davos.
I could see him as a good hand.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
Oh, he's a great hand.
He's loyal as fuck.
He's got great hand.
Yeah,
I
could
do think
definitely
though.
see.
I think Melisandre comes back and saves him, and then that whole thing goes full circle because he's been anti-Melisandre the
right.
entire time.
because she murdered the baby. The
Well,
little
even
girl,
before
for
that, though.
fuck's
Even
sake.
before that,
Some
though.
fucked up shit.
Even before all that, he's hated her from the moment
she
he's
ugly?
met her.
I'm sorry.
Now with
Hold
that,
on, hold on,
now
hold
with
on.
that necklace on.
Yeah, I was about to say the necklace
Now
on.
with that
thing.
necklace on, she look good.
Imagine having to maneuver around. Anyways, I want to change my answer to that little fucking badass girl. I want her to sit on
Ooh,
the throne.
Lyanna
Lyanna
Mormont.
Mormont.
That's what I said.
Hell yes.
That's the one.
I really hope she
She
kicks
is a
some ass
badass.
this season.
She is a badass. Let
Very
the
wise,
das
very
coming from that
mature,
one.
wise for her age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go with. So who are you surprised to have seen made it this far on the show? What's so who's your kind of like? How are they still around?
Oh, back to me?
Yeah, back to you. We'll just go full circle.
Oh, I haven't really thought of it. Give me a second.
You want to go with Saba, then we'll
Yeah.
go around this way.
Oh, I don't know. I think that probably Cersei, just because so many people have wanted to kill her. I think that's you may look at it like Sansa's a survivor, or Tyrion has played his cards right and kind of always hooked up with the right person to save himself and move on. But I think the one that I'm surprised that hasn't died is probably Cersei.
Cool. Okay. Matthew?
With Cersei, like knowing who she is, after doing that shame walk, there's no way she's dying without anybody else getting fucked up. Like,
I'm saying, man,
Oh,
she's gonna
everybody-
last. She's gonna last.
Everybody's gonna get fucked up. Like, nobody's coming out of this thing without blood on their clothes. You know what I mean?
I was surprised that Baelish made it so long.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah, that's
what a
great.
reach.
And I
Yeah.
fucking
He
hated
was
that
such a
guy.
piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Cucketti.
That was the third thing I said to you. I said, "Who's that Edward Norton looking motherfucker?" I hate him. Yeah, I really hated him. I was so glad that Sansa grew some balls and did that.
Oh God, yeah.
It was great to see Arya
Lord
fucking
Baelish.
slice
And
him.
yeah, Arya,
Straight
Arya's
face.
With the
badass,
dagger.
though.
Straight
too.
fucking
Yeah,
face.
with the dagger he fucking gave her.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Like anybody else, nah. Baelish lasted the longest. that I cared for.
For sure.
Jerry?
The one that I'm surprised that they're still alive is fucking Jorah Mormont. Like, Jesus
Yeah, he's
Christ.
been a little bit of a
Hell yeah.
survivor,
This guy's
too.
been through
He was
every
the stone
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
Right.
Well, he
so,
was
like,
a slave trader, right?
Yeah.
And then he had to deal with all that
Well,
bullshit.
he was in exile, right? And like he got with Khaleesi, and then he was like got exiled from her, and he
Then
was,
he was
like
gladiator.
a gladiator guy.
Yeah.
And then he had fucking gray scabies.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come back from that shit? Like,
You need you a Samwell Tarly.
well, he did have a purpose then. But I mean, this guy, like, he should have been dead like
You're right.
seasons ago.
That's a good one, Jerry.
Seasons.
That is a
ago.
good one, Jerry.
Another
good one,
one,
Jerry.
Another one would be.
Hey, Jerry, good one.
Hey, thanks, guys. Another one would be the Samwell Tarly Gilly fucking couple. Like, they're completely worthless.
He knows everything. He's a
Shame.
meister.
Shame.
Man, whatever, man. We just remember we all had to watch them bang,
Yeah.
and that was fucking gross.
That was awesome.
good
What do
for
you
Sam.
mean?
What? Awesome.
They didn't bang. They made love.
Oh my.
I'm surprised Saban didn't chime in on that.
It's fucking gross.
Why?
He's the love doctor of the show.
Oh.
They made precious love.
Samwell's got no
She
game.
wanted that.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she wanted it.
I mean, is
He
that, is
deserved
that
it.
really
He
like...
deserved
did he deserve it?
At least
Yes.
he deserved. Yes.
Is that really like
was it
the
embarrassing
most...
to watch?
He deserved 14 of them.
Let me ask this question. Is that really like the most weird sex that's happened on this show? Because brothers and sisters be
Yeah,
fucking
Jerry.
all the time. So.
Answer that question,
I
Jerry.
don't know.
Let's see your response to that. Well,
C.
allow me
The
to
answer
retort.
C.
Jordan, who you got, man?
I'm surprised that Theon Greyjoy is still alive.
That's a fucking
Theon,
good
man.
one, too.
Yeah. He
Because he's such a pussy.
he's such a bitch.
Such a
But like we said earlier, dude, get your dick cut off. See how much of a pussy you become.
tortured and then get your dick cut off.
Exactly.
I'm mad at the world. I'm fucking everybody up.
So I'm saying,
Until the next guy comes along, cuts off the rest of your penis.
yeah, but then
I don't know.
you have the
Cuts off your balls.
you have the opportunity to look like a baller, and then you jump off the side of the fucking boat.
Baller.
I love that.
Yeah, he jumped ship. He literally jumped
Literally
ship.
jump ship.
He did jump ship.
What a
I'm just
pussy.
saying, man.
He didn't have
I'm
to
just saying, man. When you get hard candy, you don't really know how hard, how much of a man you're still gonna be after that.
I gotta go with.
Nice pull.
You guys see that
Nice
one?
pull. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You didn't see that one coming.
Nice pull. Hard candy.
We spit hot fire on this one.
Damn, son.
That dragon fire. I gotta go with Lord Varys, to be honest with you. I mean, besides
that's
being
another
the
good one.
besides being the master of whispers, I mean,
Little birdies.
What a
That's about
what a
it.
what a shitty
He doesn't have a dick
name.
either.
He doesn't have a
true. People without penises
does
are
like a
on
penis,
this
yes.
list.
They're determined.
So yeah, he's the
but
one
he
where I'm
wanted
like,
his
I
cut
can't
off.
believe he made it. I really thought Dany was going to kill him last season when he first got to Dragonstone, and she didn't. But yeah, I mean, not that I hate the character. I think it's a good character, but I'm surprised he's made it this far
He was
because he's not
torturing
like strong.
dudes.
He's
He was
not.
torturing dudes in the first, but whatever.
So he helped Tyrion escape
Oh, yeah.
from
After he killed his
Cersei
dad.
after he killed his father. Yeah, I mean that dude.
He didn't know he was going to kill his dad. He
Yeah.
was just trying to help him escape
On
from
the
the
shitter.
cells.
Yeah, they said, "What did you do?" Yeah, that was on the ship.
Even on the shitter, that God, Charles Dance, you're not my son.
Oh
You're not a Lannister.
How dare you? Like, God, talk about staring down the barrel of a fucking crossbow. Is that
The barrel of a crossbow.
is that right? Someone please make that a song, please. And I'm staring down the barrel.
You're halfway there.
My brother Scott.
Before we get to our favorite deaths on the show, we're going to take a quick little commercial break. We'd like to take the time to thank one of our sponsors, Andrew Newman, attorney at law. Located here in Greensboro, North Carolina, he can assist you with your criminal as well as traffic violations, and his practice includes Guilford, Forsyth, as well as all surrounding counties. To set up a free consultation, you can contact him at 336-663-2388, and you can also visit him on his website, attorneynewman.com.
And winter is coming.
All right, and we're back, ladies and gents. So now, during our little Game of Thrones podcast, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite deaths on the show. So mine has got to be A Golden Crown, episode 6, season 1.
Very cool.
I thought this was one of the coolest deaths. And honestly, as much as people hate Joffrey, I really, really hated, how do you say, Viserys?
Yeah.
Could not stand that fucker. He was just a whiny little bitch that thought he was just, deserved the Iron Throne because of, I get it, it's a family name, this, that, and the other.
Should have been named Chad. But
yes, Chad Targaryen.
Sorry, Chad.
Yeah, and then he comes into the Dothraki tent. He threatens his own sister, and then, he's been pretty much telling her the entire time, like, I would let 1,000 Dothraki rape you if I can get the Iron Throne.
I don't give a fuck.
The guy, and I'm a dragon. Just like when Joffrey's like, I'm a king.
I'm a big, bright, shining star.
So he sits there, talks that shit, and then Khal Drogo, being the badass he is, takes off his gold little belt or whatever it is, melts it down, and then just pours it on his head. So
and stares in his face when he does it.
The entire
that
time.
was
so badass. So that to me is my favorite.
He did.
But that's the reason why, though, unlike Joffrey's death where he was poisoned, the fact that he did that and stared him in the face the entire time.
The guy that played Khal Drogo really looks like the guy that played Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's uncanny.
Weird. It used to be so cool.
This guy doesn't even speak English, though.
No, he
It
doesn't.
can't be the same.
I will say, if you guys notice, though, for a show that has all these different languages, High Valyrian, Low Valyrian, Dothraki, the characters and the actors do such a great job to make it seem like these languages are so fucking believable.
I mean, I guess we wouldn't know. They could just be like,
It's probably the easiest thing they've ever done.
It's good, though.
Skiddly bobbity doobity bob.
What was that Family Guy? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi boo. I'm speaking Italian.
Jordan, who do you
my
got
God.
for your favorite death or deaths?
I can't readily think of it immediately, but I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, because Jerry, I know you will.
Okay. I'm at the ready.
I'm pretty sure the Hound cut someone in half.
I think he did that a couple times.
But I remember seeing it like one time, it's like flop. Like,
I don't know who that was, but that was
I
awesome.
think that was that Blackwater.
I guess pretty much anytime the Hound kills anybody, he's my favorite killer.
Oh,
Let's
God,
put it,
yeah.
let's put it that way.
He definitely
yeah.
does.
My favorite
The
killer.
my favorite kills. I swear to God, I wish that
Killer.
I
like
really,
this.
really wish. If I could have one wish, it would have been that
You ain't never had a friend like me.
You gonna be blue?
we'll get Will Smith soon enough. But I really wish. Oh fuck, what's his name? Who's that redheaded singer guy that was in the one episode?
Oh God, Ed
Oh,
Sheeran.
Ed
I
Sheeran.
really wish we could have seen Ed Sheeran get cut in
Chopped in half by the mountain.
vertically
Poor Ed.
by the mountain. That would have been so cool.
By the mountain. Not by anybody. By the mountain.
by the mountain.
Yes.
Could you imagine him trying to like sing to him and like a love ballad and like him just
God, that would have been great.
see? That's my favorite kill. The one that didn't even
one in
happen.
my
It was cut. It was cut
on the
from
show.
from the actual
The one that
footage.
didn't even happen.
Jerry, who do you got on your favorite death?
Man, I got a lot.
There are a lot of them.
Word up.
Gotta
There are a lot of
pick one,
kills, bro.
Jerry.
I don't want to take anybody's. Maybe I should go last.
Just go ahead.
Just
All
pick
right,
one.
fuck it.
I mean, if you got a lot, obviously you're going to
One.
take some people's.
What's at your top of your list?
Yeah.
Top of my list.
And then we can come back to you.
Man, the absolute. All right, so the top of my list is somebody called Sir Mirren Tarrant.
You took my no.
Sir Mirren Tarrant was a Kingsguard. He was around for a while, and he was the one that Arya swore to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right, and then later on, he got caught up in the Bravos brothel, and she fucking got his ass. And like she cut out his eyes. She fucking shanked his ass a few times, and then she cut his throat. So that was the best kill.
And she
I
quoted
think.
him on the
Yeah.
needle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice little sword. I'll pick my teeth with it.
that's really good, man. I think we mentioned this earlier. The Tywin Lannister, the fucking Vincent Vega special, the fucking getting
Yes.
killed on the
On the
toilet.
John.
Yeah, that's a good connect.
That's-
Yeah, I didn't even
Vincent
think
Vega
about
special.
that.
I love that.
That's really funny. Ramsay Bolton, dog meat.
There was no Pop Tarts.
Yeah, that was good.
There was no
That
Pop
was not
Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Or an Uzi for that matter.
I don't know. Annie Baratheon was really good.
He takes a shit a lot in that movie. I'm sorry.
Yes, he does.
I'm sorry, what?
He's
Yes,
Oh,
he
Vincent
does.
Vega.
Yeah.
You know why? He's constipated from all the heroin.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
I
what
was
heroin
gonna
does
say-
to you?
Yes.
I was
Yeah?
gonna say from the
That's what
Royale with
That's what
cheeses.
I've read.
From the Big Kahuna Burgers.
Royale with cheese.
Big Kahuna Burger.
Go ahead, Jerry.
You guys go, and then I'll
Big
tie
Mac.
up
All right,
anybody that I have
Go ahead.
left
Go
over.
ahead, man.
Matthew, you got.
Okay, so you mentioned it before, but when the mountain crushed that guy's skull.
Yep.
Yes.
Oberyn.
Yeah.
Oberyn.
Yeah, that
That
was just,
sound.
It was crazy.
That
and
shit
then her
was
shriek,
nuts.
Yeah.
the way she meant that shit.
You'll hear that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
worst was you thought
Because
like,
that was
everybody-
another brother sister fuck shit, fuck fest right there.
That was.
Fucking Christ.
They don't give a shit at
bunch
Dorne
of
now.
bunch of
Yeah, it's
themes.
weird, but
Bunch of themes.
Oh my god, I'd love to visit Dorne. Oh my god.
right after he
what?
says brother sister fuck.
Yeah, see,
that's where
I've
you
always
wanna
wanted to
go.
fuck my sister.
I don't know. I don't know them.
You're my sister.
I don't know anybody down there.
I'm your sister.
You're
I'm
my
your
sister. You're my sister.
Oh, who am I kidding? You're my sister.
Old Joe Dirte.
Oh, Joe Dirt. So yes, that death. I think strategically, the kiss of death, both of them,
Loved
actually,
it. Loved it.
was pretty fucking
Yeah,
rad. The way that it
yeah.
was planned out.
Yeah.
The
Those were
second
like-
one, Cersei's, was even
She had to
worse
watch her
because she
die.
just hung her up there and watched.
Well,
yeah.
those are straight like mobster
Wait,
kills.
is this,
Yeah,
is
that's-
this?
know?
Are we doing best? I'm sorry. Are we doing best death or best kill?
I mean,
I mean, what's the difference?
Well, because I'll explain to you, little child, in a second.
I mean, it's favorite death. So, or
Okay, well there we go. Was that so hard? Do we have to do the douchebag answer?
Always.
I just said favorite death.
Hello.
Why are you angry?
Because everyone picks on me, and I'm just a lonely
love
little
We
man.
all get picked on.
Mateo.
Matt, were you done?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Okay. So we've touched on a lot of the best ones. I listen. The one that I wanted to see the most was the Battle of the Bastards when Jon Snow fucking killed Ramsay. I've never been so excited to fucking like when he just was on him. He was fucking pummeling his face. Like that dude was such a fucking
He was a sick
vile,
bastard.
Yes.
Like
human.
I hated him worse than
being.
Joffrey.
Fact.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I mean, Joffrey was just a little bitch, asshole, piece
Yeah.
of shit. Like Ramsay was a fucking monster. Like
Nothing is enough for this
yeah,
motherfucker.
and that's for sure the
He cut
one
a dude's
that,
dick
that
off
I
and
enjoyed
sent
the
it
most.
to his family.
Yes,
And then he did the Austin Powers thing where he was playing like he was eating it. Remember that shit?
Oh, the sausage.
and then he fucking was like raping Sansa and just
He rapes.
He's just
He's
a
a
fucking
raper.
piece of shit.
God, it's so horrible.
I was really happy to see him die.
Good one. Good one. Yes. Well, that's going to wrap it up for part one of our two-part Game of Thrones podcast. Make sure you check out the next episode as well as our other podcast episodes. And, of course, we have the Game of Thrones fantasy draft on our website. So check it out. Have some fun with your friends as you battle out for the Iron Throne and who's going to win the realm, or at least your neighborhood. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
Your neighborhood.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Pop Culture as Fuck, presented by Multi-Poptural. Be sure to check us out at our website for all the latest news and notes. You can find us at www.popcultureaf.com or multipoptural.com. And we'll see you next week, you filthy animals.
Yes! Yeah! Victory!
And anger management?
Fuck anger management.